Pride on Publishing, which helps students write, illustrate, and publish their own hardbound miniature books. My name is Heather Glass, and I'm a writing teacher. I used my teaching background to develop this entire program. This bookmaking program is a great way to learn about writing and illustrating while having a great time making your very own hardbound book. You will also get to create your own accounts with online software where you will be writing stories and uploading your author pictures and illustrations. So warm up your pencils, turn on your creativity, tap into your memories, and let's go. The book you will be writing today is a story where you will write about 4 different interests you have. Your interests will be everything from sports to hobbies to friendships. Students who wrote these books 10 years ago have loved looking at their books and seeing what their interest in their lives has changed and what has stayed the same. This book is sort of a snapshot of your life at this age and will be one of those treasures you will always keep. Before we start writing our books, you're going to read a sample personal interest story written and illustrated by an actual student. This will help you have a better understanding of how your story is going to be organized, the type of information it will have, and how the illustrations will fit with the story. First page in your book is going to be an author page. This is a sample of an author page. The title of this book is Awesome Ani, and then her author page says, Ani is a 10-year-old girl and is in 5th grade. She has a twin named Andre. When Ani grows up, she wants to be a teacher. Ani's author page is pretty simple. You can add other things such as your favorite color and different things that you want somebody to know about you. This will be different from the topics that you write about in your story. Playing with my dogs, hanging out with my bestie, kicking a soccer ball around on a field, and spending time with my family are 4 of my favorite things to do. This first page that Ani wrote is called the thesis statement. And on the first page, she is letting readers know what it is she is going to write about. That's all that she's going to talk about on this first page. And the reader knows after reading this is that Ani is going to write about her dogs, her best friend, playing soccer, and spending time with her family. And then she also let the reader know that those are her favorite things to do. As readers, we need to have information given to us as we're reading so that we understand what the writer is talking about. If writers aren't clear and don't tell a reader exactly what they'll be writing about, we as readers have a very difficult time following. So this first page is called the thesis statement. Running, laughing, and jumping in the air with my dogs is like I'm their best friend. Matilda and Teddy are my 2 dogs. Matilda is a curious dog, always getting into trouble. But if you look into her mixed-masked eyes, you'll see she didn't mean to. Teddy is the most loyal, kind, sweet dog you'll ever see. He comes when I call his name. He's always there for me. What's really funny is that when I say, squirrel, they get up and look out the window. I love my dogs so much, I would do anything for them. So, the very first page that Ani wrote about here was about her dogs, which she talked about on the thesis statement. It was the first thing that she said she was going to write about. And on this page, it's organized so that the very first sentence lets the reader know that she's going to be writing about her dogs. As in, it says, running, laughing, and jumping in the air with my dogs is like I'm their best friend. And when we read that sentence, we know that she is going to be writing about her dogs. Again, as writers, our job is to help readers understand what we are going to be writing about before we start writing about. It's a very helpful guide for them. Grace, I say when my best friend arrives at the front door. Grace is my best friend. We met in 1st grade. Sometimes I come over to her house and she comes over to my house. We will make friendship necklaces, draw, watch TV, have snacks, and do much more. I remember the time she took me ice skating. I loved soaring on the ice like an eagle flying above the clouds. Grace is a beautiful name for a beautiful girl. I will never forget my friend Grace. This is her second page talking about her second subject that she is interested in writing about. You'll notice that she started her page by saying, "Hey, Grace," I say when my best friend arrives at the front door. This was a way that she let the reader know that she was going to be writing about her friend Grace. Again, on each page, you are going to start with a topic sentence that's going to let the reader know exactly what that page is about. And clearly, this author has told the reader that she is going to be writing about her friend Grace. But she used a creative way to say it. Instead of saying, "Hey, I'm going to write about my friend Grace," she used a direct quote. "Hey, Grace," I say when my best friend arrives at the front door. Remember, your readers are going to need help as they're reading what you wrote so they can follow what you're saying. Do you know what it's like kicking a soccer ball as hard as you can and making a goal? Well, I do, and it's awesome. I've played soccer since I was in preschool. My team's name is the Bone Crushers. We have that name because we crush people's bones. No, I'm just kidding. I have scored 2 goals this season. I remember when a girl on my team hurt her foot and was out for the rest of the season. What's really cool is my friend Jaden, who is in my class, is on my team. I will never give up my passion for soccer. And again, we're going to talk a little bit how this is organized. In the very beginning, the topic sentence, she lets the reader know that she's going to write about soccer. But this time, she asked a question. Do you know what it's like kicking a soccer ball as hard as you can and making a goal? Well, I do, and it's awesome. I have played soccer since I was in preschool. And that very first topic sentence, that very first section, lets the reader know that she is going to be writing about soccer. So it's easy for us as readers to follow what she is doing in her writing journey. And as she is writing, notice some of the word pictures that she creates. Bone crushers. She tells people that a specific story, how a girl hurt her foot once and was out for the rest of the season. Remember as you're writing to think about what nouns, what pictures are you using that stick in people's heads. Family is like magic. My family is always there for me. I have a mom, dad, 5 brothers, and 1 sister. My twin brother and I were adopted from the nicest family, the Carnells. I love my family so much. Every year, we go to Roaring Springs Park. I like to hear my mom screaming when she goes down the slide. Fridays are the best because I get to watch movies and stay up late with my family. I have 6 nieces and 4 nephews. I feel safe around my family. Okay, on this page, her topic sentence, she started letting the reader know what she was going to write about, which is clearly family. And on this topic sentence, she used a simile. Family is like magic. And she compared magic to family. My family is always there for me. So she clearly has let the reader know that she's going to be writing about her family. And then she used specific word pictures. For example, she said, "Every year we go to Roaring Springs Water Park. I like to hear my mom scream when she goes down a slide." Instead of just saying, "We go to a water park and have fun," she says, "What water park?" The name of it. Instead of just saying, "We have fun on slides," she says that she hears her mom scream when she goes down a slide. She doesn't just say, "It's really fun living with my family during the week." She says a specific day. On Friday, it's the best because she gets to watch a movie and stay up late with her family. Instead of just saying, "I have fun on Fridays." Every time you put nouns and word pictures in your writing, your readers are going to connect with what you are trying to say. Truly, I have many more interests. Maybe I'll be a professional soccer player. Better yet, I might be a mother with a family or a teacher. This is Ani's last page of her book. And on this page, the only thing that she wrote about was an ending, a conclusion, which was an overall feel about her interests. The last page is fairly simple. Your book is organized in 6 pages. This is the 6th page of your book. The first 5 pages, the first page is your thesis statement. The next 4 pages are your 4 different interests, and this last page is your ending. You will get a personal interest ideas handout that will have different subjects that you can write about. Starting, you need to decide on the interests you would like to write about, such as bike riding, growing a garden, playing soccer, riding a bicycle. Look in your interest ideas handout and pick 4 different interests to write about. You use only the items on the personal interest ideas handout. If you have an interest or hobby that is not on the list, ask the teacher if it's okay to write about before you begin. If the teacher says you can use it, then she will help you formulate a list of questions for writing ideas. Students who have picked a topic without asking the teacher first end up having to start over. Do not write about Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, cell phones, and other video or internet games. For many of you, these are already a part of your daily life and do not need to be discussed. And also another point to make on that topic is they usually end up as laundry lists of different games that you've won or a laundry list of things that you do on your cell phone. These are all skills that everybody has. It's just part of everyday life. So there isn't a need to write about it. You will first write your story by hand and then go to the lab and type your written words into the writeonfun.com software. Write your introduction on page 1. Further instructions for writing your introduction on page 1 are the next slide, so do not begin writing until we're finished talking about it.